Well, good afternoon, or should I say good evening. It's nearly sunset. We're about 15 minutes away from sunset, and I've come to a place called Harbour in hope that the sun is going to create some beautiful colour over there. I just need to find a composition. I haven't really scouted this area for sunset, so I like that. I've just spotted something there where the water's coming up through that channel there. That's nice. Let's just go a bit further over. Some really nice rock formations here that could work really well, but I do have limited time. I'm really running out of time because the sun's going to set very soon. Having said that though, sometimes the best colour is after sunset. So I could still have plenty of opportunity if I'm just super patient. I hope that wind's not making too much noise in the microphone. With a bit of luck, it's okay. Wowee, yeah. Okay, I reckon. Let's go. It's low tide at the moment. So it's lots of these rocks exposed, lots of water on the rocks. Wowee, this is quite the area. Beautiful rocks everywhere, very grippy, which is good. Not slippery at all. Some nice waves coming in. Let's see. So we could end up with a couple of compositions here. So these little pools of water here, unfortunately it's a bit windy, so it's not as still as it could be, but they could be quite nice with the reflections. Oh, I do like that. I like a rock with water flowing over it. See. All right, well, I'll come back to you. Once I find a composition I'm happy with, I will come back to you and I'll set up and I'll talk you through my composition so you know exactly what it is I'm doing. But let's have a look around and just see what we can find. Well, I think I found my composition. Oh yeah, look at that. Great view, and we've just got to hope that colour goes off. Yeah, plenty of spots around here, lots of cool rocks. Just got to find one that I'm really quite happy with and hopefully not fall off the edge of the cliff. She's very rocky, that's for sure. Wow, yep. I reckon this would be beautiful just here. And it's very safe where I am too, which is good. Yeah. Could go a bit further along here actually. I'm just running out of time as that sun is going to set soon, that's for sure. But I do really like this here. Yeah, alright. Thinking I might set up here. And I think this will work really well, so I'll get set up here, and then once the light really drops, the slower shutter speed will be good just on this water here in front of me as well, so that's all going to work well. All right, just setting this up. A little bit precarious once again for you because I'm right on a cliff face here, but anyway. I'm just going to get this set up and then I'll talk you through what it is I'm doing. Well, I've sort of got my composition all set up, but frustratingly, the sky did not go off like expected, but these waves are. Wow, beautiful. So we're still going to get some beautiful shots of the coast here. I'll show you my composition shortly. It's a bit of a tricky one because you can't get too close down there. It's pretty dangerous, I would say, to be down there where the waves are crashing. Because every now and then big rogue waves come through. That is the ocean out there, right? So from here out there you're going to find nothing but ocean. And so we are seeing the full force of the swell here, and on a big swell day you'd probably get wet from the splashing. Besides the fact that it is low tide, so you probably find that at a higher tide it might, probably definitely would splash up here a bit further. So I'm just waiting for some big waves, that way I can get the water movement coming through this little spot that I've sort of picked. There's a big rock that the water's sort of rushing over, and looks beautiful. Just trying my best to work out how I'm going to compose this, because the sky is not really doing anything spectacular except being the sky. There's a little bit of a hue up there, but there must be a lot of cloud on the horizon, because there was some nice high wispy cloud, but it just hasn't delivered, unfortunately. But I think we're still getting some really nice images. Just have a look and see. Yeah, bit of a disappointment, to be honest with you, but that's all right. That's what photography's all about, isn't it? So sunset was about 8 minutes ago now, and so I just decided now I'll just wait and see if I capture a few of these big rogue waves crashing over this huge rock, and yeah, maybe that'll do me. I'll get a couple of those images, but you know, it's always good to come out. Very popular spot for watching the whales as they come through. The whales migrate north, they come right close to this coastline here. Hey, there we go, it's a nice one. Here we go, here comes a big one. It's a nice big series of waves. This is a beauty. Oh yeah, that's what we wanted. Beautiful. Here's another big one. All right. Let's wait for it to crash. There we go. Nice. Sometimes it's just, you know, good fun being out here getting these shots anyway. Cool. All right, I'll talk you through my composition and just show you what I'm up to. So this is sort of see this rock here is like a little split in the rock. Thought that was a nice little leading line out here onto this bay here, and that big rock there, the big waves come in and they just crash against that, and that's what I'm trying to get. Now the sun is setting over here somewhere. You can see a bit of colour over there on the horizon, but there's all these beautiful rocks everywhere. Just check it out. So it's just beautiful. It's all very rocky, this coastline. Very, very unique rocks. So that's really what I'm trying to do is capture the water smashing up against this one down here. But every now and then there's like a really big set of waves, and it really crashes with a lot of velocity, and it looks exciting, but otherwise, yeah, there's not a lot going on with the colour in the sky, unfortunately. Well, I can pretty much confirm that we're not going to get much colour tonight for sunset. Instead, I'm going to be doing some long exposures of this water just down here. So I'll show you what I've got from a setup point of view, and as it gets darker, of course, my exposure will get longer because the camera needs to let more light in. So right now I'm at f11, it's 2 seconds, and ISO 64. And it's going to get longer and longer and longer as the light fades darker and darker. And there's still beautiful hues of colour in the sky, and there's this like real nice haziness going on, so it should still be nice photos. I need to put my glasses on so I can have a real good look at the back of the camera, which I'll do in a second. But I'm just waiting for big waves to come through. When they sort of hit a certain point, I'm hitting the shutter button with my remote release and just letting it capture whatever, and then I'll sort of get a good look at them once I get back on the computer back at home and see what it is that I captured. But so I'll just run you through what I'm doing. Oh, nearly fell over on these bloody rocks. So that's sort of the composition there. I'm sure you can see that okay. There you go. And like I said, I'm at f11. It's at 2 seconds at the moment. ISO 64. I'm in aperture priority. I have got an ND filter in there, a graduated ND filter, which is a 0.9, which is 3 stops, because as you can see, the sky is much brighter than the foreground, so you've got to settle the sky down a bit. And I actually do have minus, I think it's 0.7 or -1 exposure value selected. Let's just have a look. Minus 1.3, there you go. Selected because it was blowing out the highlights before, so I just like to check At this stage it's not blowing out the highlights. And it looks quite warm on there because I've got shade selected on my white balance, because it sort of just brings out the beautiful colours. That's a big wave coming in over there. You can see that one there. Yeah, it's a biggie. As soon as he hits here, we'll get the shutter. There we go. Here he comes. Here's one here. That's a good size wave. Look at that one. All right, we'll capture that. Shutter's out. There we go. Look at that. I just love it when the water is rushing over these rocks. So I'm going to get this one. This is the big one. Yeah, beautiful. And there's another one coming. They're always in sets of 3s, aren't they? There we go. This one here. Look at that one. Nice. All right. So there you go. Sets of 3s as usual. We've got those. It's still just it's now sort of 2.5 to 3 seconds with the way the light's going. So it's just slowly getting longer and longer and longer, this exposure. So it'll get to a point where, you know, I'll be able to do a 5 or a 10-second exposure relatively comfortably. And that'll just, you know, really smooth that water out, which can have a good look. Some people don't like it. I actually quite enjoy that look. I think it adds something to the image, and you know, gives you that sense of movement, you know, and drama, which I think is a big part of composition, drama. You know, if you think about the different elements, there's technical elements of a photo, but there's also emotional elements, and I think that you know, blurring the water movement gives you that emotional element. So I'm going to include that in. Anyway, it's going to get too dark soon, I think, for you. We'll see how we go. But yeah, I'll be here for a little while longer. Just keep shooting. Alrighty, well, I'm now up to 6 seconds, getting some good exposures. I'm going to take a couple more shots and call it quits. It's quite cold, quite windy. And that colour's definitely not popping off on the horizon there, unfortunately. So what we've got is what we've got. But I've certainly got a couple of keepers, I think, of this dramatic coastline with the water crashing against the rocks. I really do like it. And so I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you give it the thumbs up, and leave your comments down below. I do read them all. I love to hear from you. And until next time, make sure you get out there and you take some photos. See ya.